Welcome everybody back to your SOS podcast, Survivors of the Streets. This is Michael Nijma, and I'm here with my co-star, co-guest, and good friend, John Betts.
Howdy. Hi. Good to be with you all again.
We took a week sabbatical last week because we're working on some important stuff. Sorry about that. No update last week, but we're here now this week with a lot of important news, important updates that have occurred. And without further ado, I want to start off with some recent updates with the Sunnyvale city removal project that happened. John, I know we're close into the area, knew what happened there. If you want to explain to the audience.
Okay. Well, a while back, there's a number of people, unhoused people, that have been camping there on the edge of that park for quite a number of years, and just recently, then the city also decided to remodel the park. So then they're going to put in one of those magical bridge playground park things and all that, which is great. But on the same token, you don't want to help one group of people while dumping or kicking out another group of vulnerable people. So anyway, now the people have refused to leave when they were trying to see if they could just sweep them. But now a number of community advocates and the people themselves have rallied together, and they made enough of a stand that the city of Sunnyvale now is agreeing to put them up in a hotel, and then they're going to have Home First sort of managing it. The only thing is, they're trying to get the people to go over there to agree to go into the hotel, but they don't have any of the terms of the agreement for the people to know, or what the rules and regulations would be, or even how long it's going to be for, and what plans would there be for them at the end of whatever time. So the people are refusing to go into it yet till they can get all that information ironed out.
Wow.
So that's where it's at.
That's crazy to hear.
Yeah.
They're being also very vague, and they're also not letting the people know what's going on, which is really messed up. These people's lives are on the line, and they're, not being straightforward.
Yeah. And even though Home First is supposed to be sort of overseeing the people, but then they don't want to have any on-site Home First staff at the hotel. Then they want to have the people just being in the hotel just like regular hotel residents, But some people have pointed out that wouldn't be good, because if some disturbances or disagreements or something started coming up, you wouldn't have anybody who's sort of skilled and used to working with this population to help iron things out. So then if you just have regular staff people there, all they would do is, at the drop of a hat, call the police. So that's another bone of contention, that why they don't like the only thing they've heard of the plan so far is that. And so then they say even Home First don't even know what the terms of the agreement are, even though they've already agreed to be the overseeing sort of social case worker entity in the situation. So that's all we know about that right now. Okay. But at least the strong advocacy in the community are really standing up with these people, and the people themselves are standing up well for themselves. So we're glad to hear that.
Yeah, as long as the voices are trying to be heard, trying to get out there, they're fighting. As long as we keep fighting, hopefully there'll be a better resolution, and more people come in, more jobs, more things will get done.
Yeah, and they have city council meetings every week. I'm not sure which day, but then this is being talked about a lot, and a lot of advocates are tuning into that Zoom, and any community people can if they want to too. Another thing is, some other people are living, unhoused people are living behind the library, but the city's trying to say they can't have a tent or a tarp or anything. So that's another thing that doesn't seem right.
Just for people who don't know, it's again about 35, 40 degrees at night, and it gets lower than that. It's really, really cold, and these people, they're not even allowed to have tents or anything to really keep them warm, and they can't this is messed up.
That seems inhumane.
Very
Yeah.
inhumane. And also, if you want to join those Zoom meetings, you can always Google City Council Zoom meetings.
And find out when they are
where
and all
they are.
that.
It's always important. Make sure your voice is heard. Just so these injustices don't go without being heard or said, and we need to fight it. Because if you're quiet,
they'll just keep on doing any old thing they think of. Yeah.
Give them all the power.
Yeah. So now, do you want to say what we should go talk about next?
Okay. So moving on to the next thing, we talked about the last podcast how awesome it was when we stopped the sweeps, and we stopped people being evicted from from their houses. At the last podcast, but now they think it's all right to continue do their sweepings, even though what happened last time, and
it's against CDC guidelines.
It's against it too. Yes, and now they're trying to sweep Felipe on the 17th, correct? They're going to try to go on Felipe and sweep out everybody for the tiny homes, right?
Well, see, the tiny homes are about to open up that are down around the corner about 3 blocks down the street. So then they want to magically have all these people camping there disappear.
No, we might backtrack, John, but
okay.
Just to know the address, it's on Felipe. It's on Story, right? Story and Felipe?
It's right. Yeah, I think Felipe is the cross street. It's right off Story, and it's a few blocks down from where the Walmart is. And there's like a big recycling place right on the corner. So that's one of the reasons this great place for these people to be. That's one way they can figure out some way to have some income, and helping the community too. Helping pick up recyclable stuff and taking it to that place. And that's great for them to be able to be right there. But we don't think the city should just sweep them without giving them somewhere to go to. That's what they did with the jungle a few years ago. And that was really cruel and unusual punishment, I believe.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
These are people. They don't understand. These are people.
Yeah.
And they're treating them
almost like just pests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're treating them like raccoons that are in the street, you know.
And sometimes they refer to them as blight, which is the ultimate insult to human beings. Blight, you know, because we have to do something about the blight down on Felipe. Specific. That just means that looking dilapidated and thinking it looks run down and things like that. See, but that's kind of like a euphemism to refer to the people themselves, even though. So blight means if a neighborhood's looking run down, and then if you don't give the people any better way to live, I don't think it's fair to act like they're trash, you know.
Also, if I can sidetrack on a little thing real quick, John and Amanda made a really nice video called March of the NIMBYs. I helped produce it.
Yeah.
It's going to be posted on the SOS NorCal Twitter page and Facebook page. It's about 20 minutes long. If total listeners want a better understanding of what's going on and what's happening to these unhoused individuals and the dire situations that they're in, definitely give that video a watch. It's very nice little knowledgeable documentary, and they took their time, took a lot of time and effort in putting into it, and I think it's a wonderful little indie film that viewers should enjoy and they like, and get to know John a little bit more, and Amanda, to get a face to the voice, you know.
But we sure thank Michael for helping us out a lot on the technical aspects of it, and even some of the filming and stuff too, and editing. That was really great.
If you want to get a little understanding of these people in Felipe, a little more of a background and understanding of what they're going through, I definitely watch that video, because and you'll get a better understanding, and you'll understand why we're so outraged. You'll understand why this is such an urgent situation that everybody in our county should fight for. These are people. These are people. These are neighbors. These are their brothers, sisters. Honestly, we all live in the same county. We're all people. We're all humans, and what they're going through is not right.
Yeah. Like I thought of an analogy. It's like you're on a ship, and they're building a bunch of lifeboats, but and then maybe if the ship is in danger of sinking, and then all of a sudden they say, oh, but these aren't for you. These lifeboats are only for those other people. But now we want you to hurry up and get off the ship.
Yeah.
Can you hurry up and get off the ship now? Because we're going to display our brand new lifeboats next week, and we don't want you, making it look bad.
Yeah, it's honestly, at this point, looking at it from my perspective, it's looking like it's all for show.
Yeah.
And they don't want the people that actually need it
to
ruin the image they're trying to display.
Yeah, that's right. And instead of
perception.
Just coming along and saying everybody there could be in those tiny homes, they could have just done that. Instead, they come in there and then they pick and choose, and maybe they're letting about 5 people get to go in there, while the rest are supposed to just dry up and blow away. So they're going to have a press conference about this on Monday at the Felipe area with a lot of the advocates, the local San Jose advocates there, and people from the media are going to be there to talk about this whole situation. And good, because we're trying to see if can try to put a stop to this. Just trying to tell these people they have to just get out with nothing being provided for them. Because Cupertino, when they had an area with a big camp, they got it together and placed them all in a hotel. Cupertino is a town about 5-6 miles away. They were able to do it, and Sunnyvale's in the process of doing it too. So there's another example right there.
To get an understanding, our viewers, when it says 5-6 miles away, we're currently recording in Saratoga. So Saratoga, California. It's San Jose. We record in a parking lot of the Westgate because of COVID-19. We take precautions and we're outside with masks, and we have our masks on. And right now we currently don't have a place to record, but TBD, we're working on it. Hopefully when everything gets better, we can go inside and find a nice place to record, but for now this is the current situation. So
yeah,
sorry, continue.
That's okay. So anyway, they're going to have a press conference about that on Monday at noon, and hopefully we can all put enough pressure, and anybody could, if you can look up the phone numbers of any of our city and county officials, call up, leave a message, or send them an email and tell them you don't think this is right.
Sorry if I'm sound like I'm beating a dead horse, but this is serious. We need to, like I say every week, we need to press on these city officials. Look what happened 2 weeks ago. We stopped the sweepings. We saved like 60-70 families from being evicted from the house. So our voices matter. Our voices will be heard if we press them. They will give in and they will listen.
Yeah, not to mention our county is the only county that's still allowing lockouts, the sheriffs to go lock people out with the evictions. Only county in the Bay Area, and the only judge that's continuing to run evictions. So a whole bunch of people, let's speak up against that.
There are a lot of words I could say that I shouldn't be saying on a podcast. They're very graphic language, but that's how I feel about them. I feel pretty strongly about how the hell are Santa Clara County, the biggest, pretty sure the biggest county for unhoused community. It's the biggest amount.
Yeah,
it's Santa Clara County.
7 or 8 or 9,000 unhoused people.
Yeah, it's 7.8.
Yeah,
7.800 or 7,800. Sorry,
and then so how come our county that's supposedly the most, we think of it as being progressive, sounding like the least progressive?
Very, yeah.
Honestly,
it's astounding. It's honest 7.8. That's the most in the nation.
In San Mateo County, that has some of the wealthiest people, actually is doing a lot more to help people, even though maybe you could dispute. That's sort of like old money. This is new money, but somehow the money here in Silicon Valley isn't nobody's doing much to help anybody here in Silicon Valley. Here and there, your small little things.
What are they doing in Santa Clara County, if you don't mind saying?
Oh, well, like they just bought a motel. Yeah, they're another county. They bought a motel right down in Pacific. No, in San Mateo. No, in Half Moon Bay. So they bought a motel there, and all the unhoused people of Half Moon Bay are going to be able to be put in that motel right there. And so that's another county or city combination that is doing the right thing. So now, then I'll send back to San Jose, and even though Biden has approved Project Room Key to continue to have federal funding, even though that's been approved, so some of the hotels were closing the end of the year because they were saying, oh, Project Room Key has run out of funding, but now it's refunded, its funding isn't totally there, so why not use that, start doing that, open those motels up that weren't being opened. Now we have 2 motel programs. We have Project Room Key still continuing, and Project Room Key is the newer one. No, actually, it's the first one, and Project Home Key is the second one. But now they're both continuing, so let's see some action there.
Nice. That's honestly awesome. And I like, hopefully with Biden as president and not the orange clown we had for the past 4 years, things will start getting more done. And I liked what the San Mateo County's doing. We definitely should follow suit with them. I don't understand why we're not following suit with them. We actually have more money than them.
Yeah.
We're the tech central of the United States, and we're the highest gross and income of any of the counties. So
yeah,
it just this is boggles the mind of why we're the most progressive
and the least
at the same time with unhoused
least
community.
Socially,
exactly, we're the most conservative with that, which is morally and it's wrong in every way you look at it. In every way you look.
And then, meanwhile, tons of other people are still out in the camps, and that's the city is helping in some ways. They're providing a lot of services to the people in the camps, which I do commend that. But let's not let them start caving in, like now all of a sudden turning around and giving in to pressure to do this sweep again. That the Felipe now, and I'm sure others being here, they'll be getting pressure to do other ones. If you don't let them do this one, they're less likely to do other ones. Yeah. So again, like I always would say, press, call, email, text, go old school, write them a letter. Do whatever you can to make sure your voices are heard. I tell all my followers and listeners that your voice really matters, and your voice can make a change in somebody's life. There are a lot of people out here at risk. There are a lot of people dying right now in the streets. This COVID-19 pandemic is getting worse. So they shouldn't be. That's another reason they shouldn't be making cause all those Felipe people that have to be swept, and then have to just go wandering out into other other areas, risk exposing themselves and others to wherever COVID is. That's where everyone's been told to keep upholding these CDC guidelines, not all of a sudden, let's just totally blow it and have it all revamping even worse again.
Again, it's a pandemic.
Yeah.
People are dying. Yet, we are our own neighbors. We are not showing care for them. And we're not, the city at least, the council, they're just leaving out to die, and it's not right.
Yeah, and this hypocrisy of building those tiny homes down around the corner. But, so the illusion would be, I guess then all those people living on the street there, we're going to get to go into those tiny homes. But then it's kind of like they want to do a sort of sleight of hand trick and the general public won't know those people that, oh, now those Filippo people aren't there anymore. Oh, yeah, isn't that nice? I guess they all got put in those tiny homes when really they just were given the bums rush instead. And some can say, oh, well, we offered it to them, but not very many complied. Well, then I guess you didn't build the right kind of setup to accommodate the people you had there. I guess if you want to take care of a bunch of unhoused people that are living on the sidewalk, then you build something that's appropriate for unhoused people that are living on the sidewalk. Not, let's build a place for homeless people, but only some other homeless people that meet some other requirements that those people couldn't meet.
And on that note, I like to end it. And again, I'll keep urging you guys. The power is in our voice, and the power is in the people. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right.